got another tier list. We've done a few of these recently, and hopefully everyone's appreciating our new overlay thing as well. Yeah, sim racing brands. Now you're going to have to take the lead on this, and
No. You know most of them.
Well, but I haven't tried many of them.
Okay, but we could go for image as well. What
Sure.
it speaks to people.
Well, yeah,
because the average person definitely hasn't tried all these.
If this was perceptions of sim racing brands, then
Yes.
I would be good at
Perfect.
this.
Let's do perception, because I haven't used half of this stuff either.
Okay, so we'll go for branding, shall we?
Correct.
In terms of brand. So this isn't necessarily quality of product, but it's
I think all encompassing.
all encompassing. Yeah.
All encompassing.
Or like, most likely to buy from and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So fanatec, I think I'm questioning A minus. No, let's change this. C D F. There you go. Fanatec.
I mean, think C is a passing.
So you're going. I mean, I honestly would go for A for this. I know that obviously they got a bad rep at the moment. However, I don't think you can deny that it is an incredibly popular brand, and fundamentally, most of their products are still very reasonably priced, considering the quality.
All right, salesman. Yeah, I mean, had you asked me this before the Black Friday thing, it would have definitely been higher.
Yes, yeah.
I've always been frustrated with their software. You know, I've been sim racing full time for what, 5 odd years. 99% of the hardware I have, when I turn on my rig, I just go racing. That 1% of the time, I had all fanatec gear, and oh my god, it's just, why is my DD not detected? You have to roll back the firmware. It drove me nuts. Yeah, sure, I'll allow it.
Well, we can compromise and go for B.
Perfect.
VRS. Well, obviously S.
S, yeah.
Okay. One of the best sim racing brands. Check out apexracingsim.com. Simmagic.
They're not. I've never heard a bad word. There you go. That's my best comment about them. They don't have the best. I mean, their image has been cleaned up. I'd say the last year. It feels like. It's hard, isn't it? I'm thinking like.
I'm thinking D.
Really?
Yeah, because so my picture of Simmagic is not going to be either the best quality stuff or the best value for money stuff. And because the scale isn't there that maybe Fanatec have or what Moser have, yeah, you sort of just know that it's not going to be necessarily the best quality or best value for money stuff. But I'm willing to go for C.
C. Yeah, they can't go in D. They've done nothing wrong. That's my point.
Yeah.
They've never tripped.
SimuCube, I think S, honestly.
I think S.
Yeah.
I mean, how they've every product work. Yeah, all right. They lean on the higher end, the Apple model.
Absolutely. But that's fine. If it is the highest,
correct,
then that's your market.
And if people didn't buy it, then it's bad, right? If they really are outpricing themselves, then it's a D grade. But they sell.
But yeah, it's a huge market as well for like just millionaires, where it's like, well, I want the best possible rig. I'll just get the best rig that I can get.
Yeah.
So I'll just go for SimuCube stuff. So that's a huge market.
Yeah.
And so it's absolutely. Thrustmaster, I think if someone asked me, I sort of want to get into sim racing, but I'm not sure exactly what equipment I want to get. I would recommend to them a T128. Like, I think that's probably the best starter wheel at this point. Super cheap, and it works very well as far as I'm aware. It's just as good as a Logitech G29. So I would honestly go B with Thrustmaster. Obviously, for us lot, when it comes to direct drive, I wouldn't go to them. When it comes to pedals, I wouldn't go to them.
They are, yeah, okay, but they do, because we're hanging on to the past a little bit. Do you agree? Like,
but the T128 is only got released a couple of years ago, and it's still basically best in the market for that price range.
Right. I'm not the biggest Thrustmaster fan, but they've never done anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just my first piece of sim hardware was Thrustmaster.
And of course, they don't last very long. Like, we've got Thrustmaster and Logitech, which are very much similar markets, where they go for budget wheels and have sort of ventured, but quite half-heartedly into higher-end equipment. Logitech, I think B.
B, A. I don't know. It was my first wheel, so I'm
Oh,
romantically
absolutely. I mean, most of my sim racing life I've spent with a Logitech.
correct.
So
If the G29 brake pedal had been stiff or had a half-baked load cell, I would have lasted another year. And I spent so long on that.
Mm.
Even when I got load cell from Fanatec, I kept my G29. I still used it. I miss it. It never hurt your wrist, you know. You didn't need to wear gloves.
No, and to be fair, when I went downstairs, when I started working here a few years ago and started using like a proper high-end rig for the first time, it's tiring, man.
Yep.
All the steering and the screens are right in front of your face, and like the pedals are hard.
Yep.
And you drive 20 minutes and you're like, like, and you've had enough. My old Logitech, just drive
Yep.
3 hours, absolutely fine. So there is something to be said against direct drive. As a tech,
A question
I was
mark?
thinking A or B.
They're not S tier because they do. The pricing's not always right. They must be burning millions in marketing. Yeah,
I'm happy to go for A.
A, I think.
Like
yeah.
it's sort of innovative. They feel like
perception
they're
is-
new.
The
in
perception
the
is cool.
yeah.
You know, if you've got a full Aztec rig, it's a good Instagram photo. Like, I feel like their brand is strong.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Cube controls. I think another brand who I don't think have done anything wrong necessarily, but
I've just realized this video is going to be no good for my sponsorship opportunity. But I'm not.
Prove me wrong.
I'm not a Cube fan. My biggest problem with Cube controls was just how many wires we go through. It's
Sure.
Yeah. I remember contacting them one time, bit behind the story. I think I had 3 wires break over the years. Contacted them, they were going to send me another. And I think I remember saying to them, send me 5 or don't send me any.
Sure.
I don't want to speak to you ever again. Send me 5 or I'm just not using this wheel anymore. I want to, when it breaks, just put another one on, not contact you and wait 3 weeks. 5 or no, on 5 or none. But their wheels are top quality. They are used by huge esport teams. All of that wheel connector stuff has massively changed for all the magnetic connectors over the years. They're priced well. They look good. And that was years ago.
C for Cube.
C
We've
for
gone
Cube.
S for Simracing, A for Azatec. I think we should go C for
Copy.
Cube.
Yep.
Husinkveld.
S.
I'm willing to go for S.
I don't think they've ever missed a beat.
Do they do direct drive wheels?
Nope.
Husinkveld. It's just pedals, isn't it? Pretty much.
Sprints, ultimates, ultimate pluses, the shifter, the handbrake.
And I think there is something to be said for just staying in your lane in terms of not branching out and just saying, yeah, we do this really well and we're going to continue doing it really well.
Correct, yeah.
So, yeah, very quality. And, of course, if you want to, we do have Husinkveld pedals, I believe, on Apex Racing Simulators. So, do check out apexracingsim.com. Venom. I'm not familiar with Venom.
I know they did a wheel or something, but I'm not enough familiar with them to put them anywhere.
Shall we change this to an F and put an NA, I think, at the bottom?
But does that mean nah?
Moser. Honestly, for me, S, I think. When I'm thinking high-end equipment for...
It's crazy, right? Because Mozart and Sim Magic were these... the perception you described of Sim Magic was also the perception of Mozart, and they somehow have managed to just delete that.
Mm.
I mean, the iPhone's made in China, but the perception's gone. Mozart, perception's gone.
Yeah.
You're led to believe. You said earlier that Sim Magic feels like it's cheaply made, and but that perception, Mozart have completely washed.
Sure. Well, so I think with Sim Magic, I wouldn't say necessarily cheaply made, but sort of it's good, but it's it's good quality equipment, but it's more expensive. Whereas I think of Moser as being almost stupidly cheap.
I mean, S tier
I
for
think
Mozart.
S, yeah. I'm not sure what that is. C.
See if you can right click and do open the image. See if it might give the name. If it's an embedded image. No, I don't know then. Hit inspect. We'll just try one winging it. What does it say in the right? No, I don't know. I don't know the name.
Not sure.
We'll come back to that if someone
NA.
in chat knows what that means.
I don't know what the V means either.
No, it's not promising.
GSI?
I
I would say A. This is another brand, I think, similar to Simcube, where it's absolutely top of the top of the top, where it's just silly, sort of. It's the type of stuff that you dream of, that 9-year-old F1 fans see a GSI wheel and they think, imagine owning that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, end of the day, a GSI looks nicer than what any real-life driver will have in any real-life car.
Yeah.
So, I mean, have they ever missed? I don't think they've missed the mark.
So are you thinking S?
I don't know if they've missed anything. Yes, again, they're very expensive, and they probably help shift prices up because other companies are like, oh, wait, we can do that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to add more buttons and lights and toys and stuff, and we'll charge more. So they probably sent the industry a little bit up. But like I said, with Simcube, people bought their stuff, so they didn't make a mistake.
Well, I'm willing to trust your opinion with S. SGR. Do you know that one?
No. I mean, even if I find out, that's probably not going to help. SGR. No. Maybe SGR made this tier list and we're like, oh, if we add ourselves. No, I don't know. Oh, Asher.
Asher. I like we've got a couple of Asher rims downstairs, which I've tried, and I like them.
Yeah, I
think they're very functional. They're very practical for sim racers.
I felt like Asher walked in, released one of the best made wheels, mic drop, walked away, and thought they never need to come back to the stage. Came back and like, whoa, it's changed a bit. There's now 9,000 companies will sign the deal with McLaren. And like, I love Asher. They've never done a mistake, but they slept for a while, didn't they? I mean, I don't remember them doing anything for... I remember when I got into sim racing, Asher was the wheel I dreamt about. I mean, GSI wasn't even a company then. Yeah, and then nothing. Now they're doing all the McLaren deals and like it's great, but in I feel like
almost with the McLaren stuff, because the McLaren wheels are actually reasonably priced, but they're almost of a design. I think you can almost go two different designs. You can go the very functional wheels, or you can go the very flashy wheels.
Yeah.
And I feel like the McLaren stuff, the brand McLaren is very flashy, but the wheel itself is quite plain.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really satisfy either audience.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So, C?
C.
No, maybe B.
B. Okay.
B.
Sorry, Asher, I said A.
SimLab.
Okay, so SimLab.
When I think of SimLabs, I think of peripherals more. I think more of like handbrakes and stuff and rigs and stuff.
The P1X, I think if it hadn't been for the P1X, this is a sweeping statement. I apologise to any rig companies. If it hadn't been for the P1X set what every rig is today.
Sure.
You know, when historians look back and be like, that was the first car that had everything in the correct place that we use today. I think the P1X laid the foundation for how rigs are made today.
Sure. Do you think that's still lasts now for sim racers? Do you think that helps their branding now, or do you think that's
no? They are branching out. They've got a DD. They've got their own pedals.
Yeah, they've got a DD. Yeah. Are they the ones who are taking the technology from Simcube for their DT?
Yeah. I love SimLab. Well, I don't use them much. But again, I've never heard a bad thing. They really did become the first sim racing go-to shop. Fanatec were a brand, SimLab were a shop with other brands. Like, I mean, I think it's A tier for me.
I'm not sure what Mecha is.
All I know is the Mecha Cup pedals. Let me just see if this is Mecha. Yeah. So, I mean, that's all I know. My teammate has them.
Put it in NA, I guess, if we're...
Yeah, my teammate has them, but I don't know enough about Mecha to comment on them at all.
Sure. And finally, Camus.
Wait, didn't they make the? Again, this is gonna be didn't they make a? We reviewed it on the podcast. I think Camus.
Yeah, like, I've certainly heard of Camus.
Wheel direct drive. I think it looked like the. Oh my god, that's the world's ugliest wheel. Sorry, I mean, yeah, I sort of remember. I don't know though. Jesus, that's ugly.
We can show it, I believe. Oh no, sorry. There you go.
I mean, I'm not wrong, right? That looks like
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Isn't even space efficient.
What is that? Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
How much is that?
200 and something. So yeah, it's well priced. I can't find the price. Oh my god. How can On look even worse? Anyway, not bashing Camus. I don't know anything about them. I've heard of them.
Sure. I'll put them in C.
No, NA. Surely we can't
Okay.
form an opinion.
Sure.
If it's F or no opinion, I think. So yeah, let us know what you think.
So there you go. It's a weird list. Because we've got a lot on S. But I guess those are our biggest.
I mean, it makes sense, right? There's some heavy hitting brands there. We'll probably hear from Asatec and Ashar and Cube.
I mean, if we get stuff from them to prove us wrong, that's fine.
Okay, you heard it here first.
So yes, let us know what you thought of that.